Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I think everyone able to discuss with our youth talk session tonight. But before we start discussion, I want to welcome you guys. Hello everyone, what's up? I hope all of you have a good day and able to discuss about our topic tonight. Welcome to YouTalk session. YouTalk is engaging and interactive program offered as part of the Sefeo program, accessible through Zoom meetings. This program takes place once or twice months and feature a designated moderator and knowledgeable speaker. Also, YouTalk is a valuable opportunity to expand your knowledge, engage with experts, and connect with fellow participants. We encourage your active participant and look forward to a rewarding and enlightening session. Okay, our topic is scholarship and student exchange. Before we discussion with our fantastic speaker, let me give a little bit summary about our topic tonight. A student program or student exchange program is a program that provided opportunity for students to sample the education system abroad for a certain period of time. That means a student will learn in new environment and get new adaptation in new environment and get a lot experience in the new place they get the program about the student exchange. So a lot want to discuss about our topic tonight and also what the benefit about this program and how to get this program and also what should we prepare to get and what our things to do to get this program. For answer all the question, the speaker will discuss with us tonight. Okay, guys, before we start discussion, I want to remind again to conductive learning environment, it is kindly request that participants mute their microphone during the session to prevent background noise and unless their input is specifically requested. This help in optimizing the audio quality and overall experience for everyone involved. So, we can unmute our microphone during this explanation from the speaker. Okay, I think that's all I can share to you guys. And next time is will be the speaker's time to explain and give discussion about our topic tonight. And yeah, I think that's it. I can share to you guys. This time, this turn for our speaker, or Kak Hanifa.
Thank you so much, Pijar. Before I start, I would like to make sure, am I audible, everyone? Pijar, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So since on the screen right now, I'm only seeing myself and Pijar, it would be very lovely if I could see other participants too, to like open their camera on and be together with me face to face. Right. Thank you, Alwi, for being the first one. Yeah. And actually, before I talk about further topics, would you guys like prefer me talking using English fully or mix it with Bahasa Indonesia? I think I will try like as much as possible using English, but if you have any questions that I need to explain that with Bahasa Indonesia, please just raise your hand and don't worry to ask. All right. So before we go to the material, the topic today, I would like to introduce myself first. So as you know that my name is Hanifa Dwi Cahyani, but people usually call me Hani. And who is this person or who am I? So this is like some of the milestones that I have been experiencing in my life. First started with getting the scholarships from Access Micro Scholarship Program supported by US Embassy and CCE Indonesia from 2019 and 2015, sorry. And then next, I joined university, Universitas Brawijaya in Malang, if you know. So I joined one of their leadership program named Sekolah Kebangsaan Brawijaya. So I was the participant of their social and culture class. And then next, I joined Badan Eksekutif Mahasiswa, or in English, you can say student executive board in my faculty, being one of the students staff of advocacy and welfare. And then continuing my journey in student executive board, being the vice minister of action and strategic study atau kajian aksi dan strategis atau kastrat gitu ya. And then next, I was one of the finalists of PPAN atau Pertukaran Pemuda Antar Negara in 2019 for SEAP atau SHIP for Southeast Asia, Youth Exchange Program. Next, joining the Jakarta Sister City atau in China, in Beijing, exactly. And then being one of the volunteers, like joining so many volunteers. One of them is from my scholarships, Bea Studi Indonesia. And then joining ASEAN Para Games in 2018, being the NPC atau National Paralympic Committee Relations for Uzbekistan. And then joining Paramun or Model United Nations in Bahasa, in English. In Bahasa, it's called Simulasi Sidang PBB. In Turkey, I was the representative for Portugal, talking about the historical of NATO. Gak bisa jadi like the ambassador for Indonesia because Indonesia is not joining NATO yet. And then in 2020, I joined Girl Up, called Girl Up 2020, talking about gender equality. It was attended with some of the familiar famous faces like Kate Middleton and Rihanna and so on. Selena. Next, joining my competitions in NTU or Nanyang Technological University in Singapore in 2019. I got bronze medal. And then the latest, no, actually, it's really hard for me to like tracking my experience because, yeah, I never done it systematically. So when I look back and then I do this, it's like a little bit difficult for me. So in 2019, I went to India and Pakistan, joining Model United Nations again, talking about world peace between both countries, India and Pakistan, and I was the Indonesian ambassador, the one and only Indonesian ambassador at that time. And then I also had okay. So I also have my experience in having my internship in Ministry of Foreign Affairs, like specifically talking about the positions of ASEAN. And then this is the list of the scholarships that I have ever been getting my whole life. All right. And then this is some of the documentations that I successfully finding it. And hopefully I don't know if I inspire you a lot, but I am expecting that I would, at least by this one meeting, I can give you like a little information about some of the related case studies about scholarships and student exchange. So actually, what makes me like seem strong, I don't say that I'm strong, but people keep telling me that I'm strong. So I would say that I seem strong. One of that is because of this quote. So I believe in this quote very much. Like being able to speak a language means building a house. So I mostly imagine how many houses I built by speaking multi languages. So nowadays I speak for more like 5 languages in total, including English, Spanish, and so on. So sometimes I get like one of the minus conditions of speaking like multi languages. Sometimes you get so many pauses, and yeah, maybe because I don't really like. I am still in the positions where I want to combine all of them and be balanced about the languages that I speak. Okay, that's like a short introductions from me. Now let's go to the topic. Yes. So I would like to do like a little Q&A for all of us. When you heard about scholarships and students exchange, what are your expectations? May I know? Anyone? You can unmute yourself and tell me.
Sorry, what is it?
What is your expectations when you heard about this topic? What do you expect to be discussed in this seminars or webinars?
When I join scholarship and student exchange, is it?
No, when you know that this topic is going to be the topic of tonight, what is your expectations
For the topic?
Yes.
Actually, what is it? I don't know. There is no specification for the next topic. Well, actually, it's can whatever actually I will join, and maybe yeah something that is that is exist for this moment. Like maybe we are talking about technology that is famous right now. That is must be very beneficial for us, right? For example, we are talking about ChatGPT or maybe something that is the latest application that come out right now.
All right. Yes, actually, speaking of that technology, I have my latest experience about talking about technology in ASEAN level. So you can check my IG. This is the username. I don't know if it is private, but I could like check that later. You could check my latest post. So one of the invited participants there. So we discussed about the positions of technologies and ChatGPT included and so on. And I also have experience talking about one of the senior software developer from India talking about this related issues. So I can maybe pass the link to Zaki or Pijar later on so that you can like check it out. All right. Thank you so much for telling your expectations. So this is quite complicated for me too when I am asked to talk about this tonight because I was like, okay, what am I supposed to talk? What am I supposed to let you know? Because I don't know if these informations are like new to you or maybe like surprising you or maybe you already know somehow. So I am like also a little bit confused about how to like package the topic that I'm going to talk tonight. But this is what I do best. I hope you like it. So today's agenda, I break it down into three little topics. The first one is the preparations of both the exchange program, so the scholarships, and then number two is tips and tricks on how to be chosen. Bagaimana bisa dipilih? Yeah. And then the last one is stay honest and not lie because some people they lose their self during the preparations or during the like applications going on about both either it's scholarships or exchange program. So let's get started. Are you ready? Please, like, can you give any emojis? Shows me how you feel. So number one is the preparations. Before you really decide to apply for one, I am giving you like some of the things that you need to be familiar with. Okay, so please let yourself familiar with these items. The first one is like doing a lot of research about scholarships and or program. Because why? Because some people are like giving me a lot of questions like how do you John, how can you like be accepted in these scholarships and how can you like go here and there joining this program? But the first thing that they are not doing is not even searching. Okay, do you like realize it or not? Some people are like questionings about someone's locked achievements even they don't like do it for themselves like do the research or at least showing the world about your willingness, what is your dream, what do you want to do, which countries you want to visit, something like that. Because I earlier told you that I am successfully visiting India in 2019, but India is one of the country that I have been so much passionate about, and I really want to be there since like high school. Yes. But God let me be there in 2019. So that's how much longer of like waiting. So I waited a lot to just like be there with no, I couldn't say like I don't even use my own money, but yeah, it was a fully funded program. So if you choose the self-funded program, I think it would be like a lot easier for you. But if you find, or if you are searching for the fully funded program, it would be like 10 times more difficult because you are like talking and competing yourself with more people with more dreams. And then number two, right. So, what I mean by doing a research about scholarships or exchange programs means like getting to know about the program that you are going to join, that you are willing to join, that you are willing to be accepted. Because the problem is not about they need to accept you, but you need to know why you deserve to be accepted. Okay. Number two is essays writing. So I never find any fully funded program, especially fully funded program that requires no essays writing. So aku belum pernah nemuin ada satu program semudah apapun itu, like it. Oh my god. Okay, guys, if you like kicked out from the Zoom, please go into the same link again because I will be there. Okay. So even though it's like the lamest program atau program tergaring sekalipun, it will require you to have or to write like short essays minimum. Okay, so please be familiar with what is essays writing, how to write proper essays writing, what do you need to write there, what do you need to highlight, what do you want people to know about, and so on. And then number three is letter of recommendation, means like you need to start looking for someone who can give you the recommendations of yourself. So let's say that some of you are in college. Start getting to know your own lecturer or your own dean, or yeah, any kinds of headmasters or principals in your organizations, the chief or the CEO. So whoever that you think have the power and have good academical records. So you need to get to know these people and then let them know you personally, because the letter of recommendations are very one of the strongest reason why you are accepted in certain programs. Number four is the general criteria. So general criteria is very much something that you need to have it in your mind, and you don't have any notes to just like recall that informations anymore, because it should be there. It should be there for whatever programs and scholarships and exchange program that you are interested later on. There must be some general criteria yang selalu sama gitu. Jadi in all of the program, whatever it is, jadi di semua program apapun itu, they must have some similar or even same general criteria. Okay, like maybe you need to be able to speak fluent in English, passive and active, or maybe you need to be able to have strong communications. You need to be able to work, like do the teamwork and so on. So you need to be aware and familiar with this kind of issues and what is it, like terminology. Number five is legal documents. So legal documents is like your ID card, passports, and then that letter of recommendations, or maybe the record of your study or study record, study report, and so many things that you think is going to support you into joining certain scholarships or exchange students. Because in my case, there are some specific requirements, like you need to be able to provide your visas And speaking about visas, it has so many various information. Okay, like student, whether or not they ask you to have student visas or tourist visas or even working holiday visas if it is for Australia, and so many kinds of visas. So make yourself aware and familiar with this kind of terminology. And then the last one is funding and financial planning. So you need to make sure whether or not the program is fully funded. Fully funded means like they cover all of your expenses from the plane ticket until your per diem needs. Per diem needs is like your daily needs. Mau jajan cilok kayak, mau jajan kebab, whatsoever gitu ya. And then the next one is whether or not it is partial. Partial adalah dibayarin sebagian gitu ya. Nah, you need to like read about it carefully, which of the expenses that they're going to pay you, which of the expenses that you're going to pay for yourself. And then the last one is self-funded. Self-funded, apakah itu hanya funding untuk acaranya aja atau bahkan sampai pendaftarannya juga you need to pay it for yourself. So you need to like read about it carefully and start doing your financial planning. And meaning that some of the countries require like the visas including the bank statement. Okay, like you need, for example, you need to be in US, but you need to minimally have like how many, like 1 million US dollars, let's say. I mentioned the numbers randomly. Okay, so please check that to the embassy. So sometimes the embassy have this kind of informations. So please be aware and make yourself familiar with this kind of informations before you really apply for one or that program. Because if you apply and you know nothing about this, it's gonna like, yeah, so stupid, or maybe you're going to regret that later on, atau mungkin ternyata ada beberapa basic needs that you need to prepare earlier, but you didn't, and you don't have any specific required enough time that you can prepare about it later on, dan berakhir tidak jadi berangkat. Because that was my experience, dan aku nggak mau kalian mengalami itu gitu ya. So yeah, that's what I am sharing. And then the second topic is about the tips and tricks. So here are some tips and tricks to increase your chances ya. Jadi ini bukan kayak garansi 100% atau uang kembali gitu ya. So this is the tips and tricks to increase your chances of being chosen for scholarships and student exchange programs. Number 1, start early. So if you know that it's going to close like tomorrow, tadi ada yang sebut LPDP ya, coba baca dari sekarang kapan dia tutupnya. Jangan sampai tomorrow is the due date and then tonight is what you're preparing. That sounds impossible gitu ya, compared to someone who prepared maybe 1 year ago. And then, which means like some of the programs and student exchange programs or even scholarships, they are like annually. So they're like annually exist. So you need to make some kind of timeline of the possibilities. When are they going to open for next year? Jadi misalnya nih di LPDP itu bulan ini buka di bulan Mei, let's say. Mungkin di tahun depan dia akan buka di sekitar bulan itu, either April or May or June or even July. So please make yourself knowing about these informations earlier. Second is research eligibility criteria. So please look for the requirements. Okay, some of the applicants, they don't really like pay attention about the requirements of the program, and when they are like struggling or like facing some kind of difficulties, they get shocked. I mean, they shouldn't be shocked because you're not really reading it. So please try to read more and more about the criteria of the program that you're applying. Number 3 is about maintain a strong academic record. Okay, because I experienced one of the silly situations, Pijar, when I apply for my university. Actually, it's not applying. It's like I already get accepted. And then I went there to Malang to like submit my academic record. Turns out when I looking for one of the semester in my high school, I lost it. And why that happened? It's because I didn't check it earlier. I mean, I should have checked it before I go into train or plane, right? I mean, I should have checked it before I go out from my house. Yeah, so this kind of situations I can share you. This is one of the stupid and silly experience, but I'm so happy that I passed that already. So I don't want you to experience the same like me. So please try to prepare about all of the requirements that you need to submit or you need to collect. Either it's like submitting from the electronic or you need to submit it by paper. So you need to pay attention about this criteria as well, about these requirements. And maintaining a strong academic record means like you need to prove that you are able to balance your academic and non-academic situations, because people or some kind of organizations who gave away scholarships sometimes not sometimes, like all the times, they expect to find someone who is outstanding. Outstanding means doesn't mean it is not like a superhuman or something, but outstanding means someone who can stand in between. Okay, standing in having the strong academic record and standing in having strong non-academic record. So mostly this is like the purpose of every organization who gave away scholarships. So you need to prove to them that these scholarships